Welcome back to another video here, guys. Today we're gonna go through the Hyundai Infotainment system. We're gonna go through all the ins and outs, how to set up your phone through Bluetooth, and at the very end, we're gonna show you how to connect to Apple Carplay. So if you just purchased your Hyundai vehicle, this is gonna help you get started. So we're in a 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz today, and this one has this large 10-inch screen. So we're gonna go through everything here, starting with the home screen. Yours might look a little different, but the controls are relatively gonna be the same. So here I hit our home menu here. This is just kind of like a screensaver. It shows our clock and our location, our temperature outside. 1 degrees here in Niagara Falls, Ontario. And then take a look at all the options that we can do. And we do have the hard buttons down below, but you can use the screen here. So we're just gonna go through these kind of in order here. So starting with the navigation here. So we have our map. Once I hit that, it pulls up our map here. And you can see these are all my different controls here. The main thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna punch in the address to where you wanna go. So you can just do like Google searches here just by hitting this search button. And let's say I wanna go to maybe the CN Tower. I can just start typing it in, and there, as I start typing it in, just like Google, it's gonna pop up here. It's gonna take a minute to load, and here it tells me we're 67 kilometers to the CN Tower, and that's the best route. I'm gonna hit set as destination, and then it's going to set as the destination. Now you can also do this using the voice commands as well, but I just did it manually with the buttons here. Make sure you're parked if you're gonna punch addresses in manually. And here you can see my route. It's telling me at 12:20 we will arrive. And then here I can click the menu, and I can go through my different things like my route settings. So I can go to my route options, and it's just gonna calculate the route, and then it will show me different features here, telling me I can avoid ferries and things like that. So it's telling me to avoid ferries and carpool lanes. You can also add different waypoints. If you wanna add like a stop at a gas station, you can add a waypoint. Some common things that I like to do is I like to avoid toll roads. If you don't want it to take you on like a major highway, here we have the 407 or avoid toll roads. You can hit avoid toll roads, recalculate, and it's going to recalculate here. If you want to add, like let's say I want to add a stop right in between, maybe I want to get some food on the way and I want to find a Taco Bell in between, I can add that waypoint. There's a Taco Bell. And then it's going to load up all the Taco Bells on close to me and on the way. So here maybe I want to stop at the Taco Bell. I don't want to stop at the one in Buffalo, but maybe here's one in Grimsby. That's on the way. I can hit OK. And then there, now it's as the waypoint. I calculate we're going from where I am right now to the Taco Bell to the CN Tower. Calculate. Gonna take a minute to load, and now we just hit start guidance, and the voice commands are starting here, and the voice commands will help you. So that's generally how you're gonna punch an address in. I'm gonna cancel that route and show you some other things that you can do with the navigation, but it's pretty easy and simple how I just showed you. You can save different addresses here if you wanna save different addresses. Let's go back to that home menu. Here's our navigation menu. So like I said, you can save certain addresses in. If you want to save your home, your work, save favorites, you can save different addresses in using this save places. You can go to your previous destinations. So we just typed in Taco Bell and CN Tower. If you want to go back to a place, you can just hit that and go back to that place. So there's a lot of different settings you can do. If you want to see your traffic, you can see the different traffic updates, all done through the Sirius satellite radio. You can see traffic updates on the way by hitting this traffic menu. You can also save your home and your work as a shortcut down below here, so you don't have to go into that save places. Let's say you're out and about and you want to find the closest pharmacy. You can go to that POI, categories, pharmacies, and here it lists all the pharmacies that are close to me right now if I really need to go to a pharmacy right away. So the POI, points of interest, is good to use as well in a pinch. That's pretty much the navigation. Any questions about the navigation, just comment in the comment section below and we'll be happy to answer for you. Now, setting up your phone through Bluetooth. This one obviously is Bluetooth compatible. That's very easy. I have an iPhone here, but it will take the same kind of input here depending on your phone, if it's Android or iPhone. But I'm just gonna go into my phone Bluetooth settings on my iPhone. I'm going to hit add on the screen, and then it's gonna search here. It should hopefully pop up in a minute here. So here's Santa Cruz, just popped up. I'm gonna hit Santa Cruz. It's asking me if the passkey needs to be the same. It is the same. I'm gonna hit pair. And then it asks me if I want to sync my contacts. Now, for today's video, I'm not gonna sync my contacts, but if you're the owner of the vehicle, I would recommend you sync your contacts. So that's the phone. Now it's gonna download your contacts. It's unsuccessful because I denied it, but you would just hit yes on here. But now when I hit this phone button, you can see my phone set up here. I can dial, once I download my contacts, I can dial through my address book, or I can manual dial, or I can use the voice commands right on the screen here. And I would say like call Mike or call Jeff, and it will call once they're saved. But this feature is not available because I didn't sync my contacts here. And obviously you have your text messaging as well. If you have multiple phones set up, that's all done in here. See, I can see all the phones set up and I can swap the phones if I want to have a different phone synced. So pretty easy to set up your Bluetooth and use the phone. Again, if you guys have questions, just comment in the comment section here. There's also voice memos. If you want to save a voice memo, maybe you want to save a reminder, I could hit something like this, record, subscribe to Cars Unlocked, stop, and now that voice menu or memo is saved here. So now I can pick it here. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're learning something here today. That's how you can do the voice memo. You would just use this on your phone, but it's good for like setting reminders if you're on the road and you forget, hey, remind me to get groceries on the way home from work today. You can set a voice memo to remind you. If you have a quick idea that you can't write down for maybe a short story you're writing, put it in a voice memo. You can also control the heating and the temperature. Now the heating and temperature is below here, but you can control it as well here. I'm just gonna put it in auto mode here. You can see the heat is on, all our different things here. There's different things like you can put your window, you can have your washer fluid on, your tunnel, you can have your dehumidify, defog, defrost, all you can control right from the touch screen here, so it's automatic. But we like to use the manual buttons here. Here you can see we have the high and the low. I'm gonna sync them. I guess you can't really use the touch screen here. You have to use the manual buttons below. Sync them. And it just displays it there. Okay. So that's the climate. Valet mode, if you're going to a valet, it basically locks all those settings so the people can't see your privacy info like your phone, contact book, and things like that. Quiet mode is great. You can see it's only played through the front seat, so if you have a child sleeping in the back, you put on the quiet mode. HD radio data, this is just like a little history for your radio, traffic updates, fuel updates, things like that. And then your radio and media settings are all on these screens. So right now we have the Sirius satellite hooked up. You can see we're listening to the coffee house. And you can just use like your radio settings here. You see, now we can go to the AM, FM, and here's my seek buttons here. And you can add a station. So I can just add a station quickly for my presets. And then all my presets are listed here. So pretty easy to add a preset as well. And then media, if you have songs on your phone, things like that. Now that I've connected my phone, I can play music. Like I would have to jump into like my Spotify and play a song on here, which I can just do. And it's going to come up. Like here we can display maybe if I want to listen to this podcast, I can listen to this podcast. So once you connect your phone, it's going to show your music on here. Okay, that's pretty easy. So that's all about the radio. Let's go back. If you want to adjust your settings, you can do that in your setup screen. Here you can play around with all your vehicle settings. Things like all your safety settings are all you can turn on and off in the screen here. This will show like your digital gauge cluster. If you want to change the theme of the gauge cluster behind the wheel, you can change your theme, but it's also syncs with your drive mode. So these settings are pretty much set for you, but you can play around with them to your lighting. You can change like your lighting and things like that. How long it takes for your headlights to shut off when you start and stop the vehicle. And then your sound settings is really important. If you want to change your sound settings, you can change like your tone and your bass all in your sound settings. Okay, you can delete phones all in the settings. All this is pretty straightforward stuff. I'm not going to get too into detail about this. Your BlueLink, you can connect your phone through your BlueLink on the BlueLink website, or you can call the Hyundai support and they'll connect your phone, and you can do things like remote starting your car, lock and unlock your car, all through your phone. The general settings are pretty basic settings. It will show things like your system info. You can update your car when you're connected to Wi-Fi. You can adjust the date and time for daylight savings time, change your language if you want to change it to Espanol or French, sorry. All different settings. So now let's get into here, like user's manual. If you don't want to have, if your car didn't come with a user manual, you can get it, the PDF right on your phone. Other than that, that's pretty much the full thing. Let's jump into setting up our Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So it works the same, and that's your phone projection. So I skipped over this one. All you need is a compatible USB cord and your phone. It's really easy to set up. All you got to do is plug your phone in, and here you can use the Apple CarPlay. So now once I've set up my Apple CarPlay, look, it automatically connects here to the Apple CarPlay because I've plugged my phone in. So very easy. And then here it kind of mimics my phone on the screen. So if you guys have trouble connecting, I have full tutorials on this on my channel, which I'm going to link in the description below. And if I want to disconnect, I just unplug my phone. So that's basically a quick tutorial of the whole screen there, guys. If you guys have questions, just comment in the comment section below. Congrats on your new Hyundai vehicle, and let us know if there's anything we missed, or if you learned something, just give us a thumbs up. We'll see you in the next video.